Recording in progress.
Oh my goodness. So we're still in the blues songbook, and we'll be probably for the next couple of sessions at least. We're getting near the end. Um, and we won't do them all, but I'd like to make sure when the songbooks come out that people are familiar with what's there. And one way to force the issue is by playing the songs and sending them out 2 or 3 times to all of you to the mailing list. So there's that. And of course, the blues songbook is sort of a blues songbook. Like, I'm so lonesome I could cry. You know, that's a country cowboy lament. I don't know if that's really traditional blues, 1949, kind of caught between the origin of the blues and the real blues era in the late 50s and 60s. So I don't know if you'd call it that, but it seems kind of sad. So I'm kind of saying that's part of the blues. We're going to take a look at that and then 4 other songs. And probably spend the most time on Give Me One Reason. So come and go as you please. Ask questions anytime you like. I don't care if I'm in the middle of a song. If it's important, then we'll stop for it. I'm going to share screen just for fun. Let's see if that happens. That kind of happened. I'm going to get me a little bit bigger. That kind of happened. And I apologize. We started out the year doing exercises. And we were going to start every session with a finger exercise to get that independent movement of our fingers. And I've got some great ones coming up, some killers. I mean, really fun ones. That's what I meant to say. And but every time we have one of these songs that has a really interesting progression that lends itself to an exercise in and of itself, I figure, well, there's our exercise. Why do I need to do a finger exercise? Because we're going to do something in the context of the song anyway. So that's why we haven't continued with the finger exercises, but we will. So it's 3/4 time. And there's 2 other songs, Tennessee Waltz and Sweet Baby James, at the bottom of the sheet. We are not going to cover. They were designed to be part of a session where we talked about different ways to play 3/4 time down, down, down. And down, down, up, down, up. And thumb, down, up, down. And thumb 1, 2, which is a thumb strum, and then hitting your first and second strings. And then we applied them to Sweet Baby James and to the Tennessee Waltz to show the applicability, or, you got different songs in 3/4 time that sound different, and you want to have a few different strums or ways to approach them so they don't all sound the same. So that was the idea. Today we're just playing just for fun, going through the blues songbook. But this has a great chord progression that becomes a little lesson in and of itself. So we'll look at that for a second. But the first section we do the intro, and I just have it as down. Hear that lonesome whippoorwill. He sounds too blue. Now, here's the progression. A minor, you got 2 fingers sitting out here It can just drop right down on the first two strings of your third fret. So you've got almost your C minor formed right there. So A minor, C minor, then your index, your pinky becomes your anchor. Keep your pinky anchored there. Take your other three fingers, there's your independent finger manipulation, and form an F7. A minor, C minor, anchor your pinky, F7. Instantly, instead of jumping from C minor, jumping off of all the strings, trying to find your F7, you've got that pinky as an anchor, and it holds your fingers in roughly the right part of the ukulele, the right part of the neck, and the right part of the frets, and just drop them into place. What happens next? G minor 7, flatten it out, and then F, D minor, F, C7, F. Let's do that again. A minor, C minor, F7, G minor 7. One more time. A minor, C minor, F7, G minor 7. And you all know that I love both the G major 7 to slide in from the first fret to the second, and for the C minor to slide in from the second fret to the third. So you got A minor, and instead of dropping your fingers down onto that third fret, you could drop them onto the second fret. You could just drop your A minor finger, your middle finger, down one string, add the other two, and slide in. So that's kind of a fun thing to do. So let's start at the beginning. Pro tip, 3/4 time. You don't have to count to 4 to start. 1, 2, 3. Hear that lonesome whippoorwill. He sounds too blue to fly. The midnight train is winding low. I'm so lonesome I could cry. So that's the bass version, and that's the entire song. That's the whole song. So if you wanted to jazz it up just a teeny little bit, so I'm so lonesome I could cry. I'm so lonesome. Last two lines of the last 4 chords of the first verse. I'm so lonesome I could cry. If you ended on an F, you're going to go to C7. Eventually, you got 2 more beats, and then you get to C7 as a stop. C7 has a second position, which is G minor 7 on the 3rd fret. Open for 3/3. So you could do, I'm so lonesome I could cry, and jump over there to the 3rd fret. Now, we're gonna, Give Me One Reason, we're gonna look at some movement from fret to fret, so we might as well look at movement here. You've got 3 beats there with F, you've got 2 extra beats with that F to the C7. I could cry, 2, 3, C7, or I could cry, 2, 3, C7, which is kind of pretty. But you could use those 2 beats to move up to that 3rd fret. So you could go, so lonesome I could cry. Flatten out to your G minor 7, 2nd beat, 3rd beat, C7. So it would sound something like this. So lonesome I could cry. that's kind of cool. So that's just taking your F and only hitting it once. Try to get some good tone. If you make your move too fast, you'll cut off the tone. So it's a timing issue. Cry. G minor 7, maybe G flat minor 7, maybe something else altogether. And then C7. That's kind of nice. So that's, that's all the stuff I had to talk about the song. We'll just play it through and we can do the different strum patterns as we move from section to section. I'll try to remember to do that. I'll slow down and I'll, announce the pattern change, but it's pretty quick to just run through it. Any questions? Have to stop for a vodka Collins here.
Bob, could you turn up your volume a little? Yeah, I'm coming in too hard now.
So which volume?
Kind of generally everything. Just bring it up a little.
Does anybody else have a problem with the volume?
Yes. Especially loop. Yeah.
Let me just make sure. Huh. I'm going to stop sharing for a second. My original sound is on. Let me think this through a second. My output volume. I'm raising my output volume. This may knock you out of your chairs. See what happens. See what happens. Okay. Hold on to your seats. Nothing, Kathy? Turn your original sound.
I can hear it.
I'm like right next to the speaker. Turn your original sound off. Do you have headphones in? Okay.
I have headphones on, but you're really soft. I had to crank it way up.
Okay, let's try this. We're going to do an experiment. Hold on to your hats. For those of you watching the replay, this has got to be fascinating. For those of you who are here live, this has got to be wonderful. Any change in sound?
Original was off. It's echoing.
Okay, let's try this. Going the other way. Check. Is that better? Okay. Got one other thing to try here. We've been doing this for 3 years, and this has never been a problem until the last week.
Sounds.
Sorry, Molly, one more time.
Sounds.
You keep cutting out, but that's okay. It sounds like it sounds okay on your end. Let's do this.
Everybody sounds really loud, and you're really soft, and everybody echoes but you.
Echo.
What happens now?
No change on your part. I'm not hearing any echoes right now, though. And you sound fine if I've got my volume set, but then when anyone else talks, I just
Well, when you're
and
talking,
echoes are back.
when other folks are talking, you want to have your original sound off. That's all I can help you with there.
My original is was
Try one other thing here, just for fun. Just for fun. Somebody's got a nice buzz going on. That do anything? Well, this was going to be a good session. It was going to be really good. Okay, so I'm going to look at everybody on the view here in the gallery. And if everybody could mute themselves, that'd be great. And if you could just kind of put a thumb up or a thumb down on whether you can hear the sound.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting like all thumbs up now. So what? So why?
It's not about you.
So why did we just?
It's
do
not
that?
about you.
So okay, all right. I'm gonna go ahead with the lesson. You can watch it on the replay. We'll see what happens when the recording comes back and see how the sound is on the replay. And I thank you for the feedback, but I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of do my thing. And we're gonna play I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry. And I'm so quiet I could cry. And then we'll move along. What do we got here? Share the screen. Da, 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 da. That's not what I want. That's what I. Yeah, that's what I want. Hey, there I am. Look at you. Look at you. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't have to say 4. 1, 2, 3. I'm going off the top line. You guys got me all rattled. I'm not going off of the intro. 1, 2, 3. Hear that lonesome whippoorwill. His sound too blue to fly. The midnight train is whining low. I'm so lonesome I could cry. Down, down, up, I've never seen a night so long. When time keeps crawling by, the moon just went behind a cloud to hide its face and cry. Thumb down, up, down. Did you ever see a robin weep when leaves began to die? That means he's lost the will to live. I'm so lonesome I could cry. I didn't do my movement. I can't believe it. Thumb 1, 2, and that is thumb 1, 2. First string, second string, thumb, pick, pick, thumb, pick, pick. 1, 2, 3. there, I remembered. Now you get to pick your own adventure. 1, 2, 3. Silence of a falling star lights up a purple sky. And as I wonder where you are, I'm so lonesome I could cry. And as I wonder where you are, I'm so lonesome I could cry. Ow! Well, that was an auspicious beginning, if there ever was one. One of the most auspicious in the history of OUJ. You know, we're a month into the 4th year of doing this. Maybe it's time to lay it all to rest. You get those feelings, you know. Hank Williams, I'm so lonesome I could cry. Wait a second, I got stuff to share. You guys got me off my game here. On the Rolling Stone 500 Greatest Hits of All Time. This is number 111, 111. So there. Write that down somewhere. Going up the country, I think Kathy and Jim forked this over. And they played it up in the park. We all played it up in the park, and I liked it so much. I stole it. But it was a blues, 1928 blues song, the Bulldoze Blues, and Canned Heat took the melody and they took the rhythm, but they changed all the lyrics and they rockified it and got that flute, doo-doo, doo-doo-doo, 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 doo-doo-doo. But it, thank you. I can see it. I printed it out. It's right here, right up here. Oh my goodness. It probably goes the other. Yeah, it goes the other way. That's good, Bob. Bob's having a great day. Bad hair day. Do 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 do. John's wondering what the hell. It's all good, John. It's all good. It's just all part of the party. The greatness that is Oakland OUJ right here. Basically a 3-chord song, but we kind of take the D and try to make that sound a little more interesting with the D7 once in a while. This is a great song to practice your slides. Come into your D from the 1st fret. D7. It's not quite so easy with an island D7. You get some movement, but with these movable chord shapes where you're covering all 4 strings, your movement sounds a lot better when you come in from the flat end of a chord and come into the chord itself. And then the G7, I've told you before, I've seen Sarah Maisel, and it actually, the more I practice, I get a little bit better at it. G7, you can come in with your index finger off of the neck and open one, and slide that in. And that's kind of a fun little slide to do, just to kind of sneak in on your neighbors when you're playing with a couple of folks. And then, what are you doing with your G7? Let me see. Oh, yeah, no, that's not important. That's not important. So classic 12-bar blues format, 16 beats of that D. I know there's a D7, but let's just call that all D. And then 8 beats of the G. I know it's a G7. 8 more beats of the D, and then 4 of A7, 4 of G7, 4 of the D. Oh, that's the part where So in a typical 12-bar blues, you do that last, second line. You do 8, the D, 4 of the A7, 4 of the G7. And you'd end, I think, on the A7, you would do A7 twice instead of 8 beats of D at the end. So it's a little adjustment on the 12-bar blues format. It can be played with an island strum. You know, it's got kind of a country flavor, and I like down, down, up, down, up, down, up. But it don't matter, whatever you want to do. But you can do down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. And it goes pretty quick. It's got kind of a nice tempo to it. When you get down to the second to the last rectangle, it's all instrumental. And you get down to the end of the second line where you've got a D and then a D7. That D7, the second beat of the D7, is where you start the lyric for that "no use of you running" on that second to last lyrical line. So that you got the second line in the second to the last section there that starts with a D, D7, A7, G7, D. No use of you running and screaming and crying. So it comes in off the instrumental, and it happens again on that instrumental at the end, 2 lines from the bottom. Same thing happens because you're repeating the exact same thing. Not a lot to talk about here, so we'll just kind of zip through it here in a second. Unless you have questions. I've got some slippage. There, took care of my slippage. Let's see what we got here. Now, 4/4 time, you do get to count to 4. Oh, Bob, what are we going to do with you? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. D7 and a D, A7, G7 and a D. I'm going up the country, baby, don't you wanna go? I'm going up the country, baby, don't you wanna go? I'm going to some place I've never been before. I'm going, water tastes like wine. Well, I'm going, where water tastes like wine. We can jump in the water, stay drunk all the time. Oh, I'm gonna leave this city, got to get away. I'm gonna leave this city, got to get away. All this fussing and fighting, man, you know I sure can't stay. Now, baby, pack up the truck, you know I got to leave today. Just exactly where we're going, cannot say, but we might even leave the USA, 'cause it's a brand new game I don't want to play. No use of you running, screaming and crying, 'cause you got a home, man, long as I got mine. No use of you running, screaming and crying, 'cause you got a home, man, long as I got mine. Ow! Could use a flute, but that's kind of fun. You know, it's not one of those songs that you're going to play a lot of at home by yourself, but it's really good with a group, really fun to rock out with a group. You may or may not have figured out that I was hitting my A7, I was hitting an open A minor 7, and then bringing my index finger down. So hammering down on that A7 third string, first fret. And it was fun for me. I hope it was fun for you. And for all you folks who can't hear me out there, it's so nice to have you with us today. just a funny boy. Oh my goodness. What was I going to do with give me one reason? I forget. I don't know. Give. That means it's back in the alphabet. Oh. So I was looking for different versions of this on the web just to see how people were playing it. And I found All of Us 2 years ago. Saturday session. Spent half an hour on Give Me One Reason. Craziness. So there are 47 different versions, different tutorials on this. So the idea here, see, we don't get too crazy. I give you a basic version and maybe some thoughts about how to jazz it up a little bit. And then you decide whether you like the song or not. If you like the song, there's a lot of information out there on how to play this. Because Tracy Chapman was voted best female rock vocalist, best rock vocalist. Got the Grammy for that in, let's say 1998. Could be off by a decade in either direction, which often happens. But then a lot of people covered it, and then it got popular over in the islands, and then they started doing tutorials, and so here we are. Give Me One Reason. And her version, of course, you know, the beauty of the blues is when you've got a great bassist and maybe a nice guitarist to back you up. Her version is just down, down, up, up, down. Except she's doing something like just a really clever. And maybe she's slapping the guitar a little bit. And, you know, there's very little movement in her hand, but she's got this bass line behind her going dun, 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 dun. None of it's too fast. Everything's super sultry, but really tasty. And then, of course, when she gets to the end of a line, then she's got a lead guitarist who's doing some great guitar licks. So That's up to you to find that stuff. The other thing I want to say is this very simple 1-4-5 progression, which is pretty typical with the 12-bar blues. So we've got 1 being the A, so that's the nominant key and nominant chord, A7, in this case A7, and all of these are 7s. A, B, C, D, 4 being the D, or D7, and E5 being the E7, so it's a 1-4-5 progression. So we take a look at this, you come back to it tomorrow or Saturday or sometime, you start thinking, I can't sing this is not my key, I don't like this. Super easy to transpose. So, key of C, C, F, and G7, key of G, G, C, and D7, key of F, F, B flat, and C7, key of D, D, G, and A7. Super easy to transpose. If you really like the song, you can't sing it in this key, you forget any of this information about transposition, just zap me a note. I'd be happy to transpose it for you and make it into something you like. Okay, so super simple. This is the basic version. All you have to do is 16 downbeats for A7. Maybe on the first of each run of 4 downbeats, maybe you do that hammer thing. You don't even have to do the ups, you just do. Eight on D7, or Island D7 does not sound bad on this. A little bit lower tone to it. Back to 8 on A7. Four on E7, 4 on D7, 4 on A7. And then you hit E7 twice. That's the basic version. I know there's other stuff written on the sheet. We'll get to that in just a second. But that's the basic version. So let's go through the first verse just to get that down, because once you got the first verse, you have the entire song. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around. Give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around. I don't want to leave you lonely. You gotta make me change my mind. E7 twice. Super simple. Okay. Second, so what's happening at the end of that verse? You have, if you can bar your D7. I know not everybody plays a bar D7, but if you can bar, here's the beauty of a bar D7. Third line, don't want to leave you, no, second line. Give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around. If you can bar your D7, you can go to the 4th fret and hit an E7. That's your second position, E7. Don't want to leave you lonely. Come back to the 2nd fret. You gotta make me change my mind. And you're just trying to get 2 beats out of that E7, but you can take the first beat and move towards it. So in this case, you could go to D7, go to the 3rd fret, and then the 4th fret. So I got the last line, E7, don't want to leave you lonely. You gotta make me change my mind. 2, 3, 4, D7, 3rd fret, 4th. It's a really nice movement and a nice way to finish off. Instead of just hitting, you're going to get to E7, but you're going to get there with some movement. And so if it's 2 beats, then the first 2 parts of the movement have to be 1 and then you get to your E7, and that would be the 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. So let's do that last line again. E7, don't want to leave you lonely. 2, 3, 4. I don't want to leave you lonely. You gotta make me change my mind. Do, do, do. So that's kind of a nice way to put some movement into a song that's got a lot of repetitive chords. The other way to put movement is you can, and I've seen versions of the chord chart doesn't show this, but you could do on your A7, you got so many 16 beats of A7. You do 1, 2, 3, 4. Two beats of D7, 2 beats of E7, and then back to your A7. So that would take up your second measure, your second 4 beats. So you do A7, 1, 2, 3, 4, D7, E7, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we won't play it that way, but it's just another way to break up that those 16 beats, just as a thought. So let's look at that second verse, see if we can get through the second verse. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Baby, I got your number. Ow! And I know that you got mine. D7. You know that I called you. I called too many times. You can call me, baby, you can call me anytime you got to call me. Now in that verse, I was playing the D7 as an island D7. And let's say you're not going to do the bar chord thing. You're just not going to do it. Playing an island D7, you get to the end of the line. Let's see, that line is E7, call me baby. Call me baby. You can call me anytime you got to call me. Take your island D7, then same 2 fingers, but 0101, whatever that is, B flat diminished, I think. Then slide them over to the 2nd fret and add your index finger for your E7. That's kind of a nice movement there. Whoa, hopscotch. Checkers. Got to be a little bit nimble, but that's why we do our ukastenics, just to move around. You just have to tell your fingers jump. So that's kind of fun. Because I'm fortunate and am able to bar that D7, that's going to give me a lot more possibilities, but that's a nice way to add some movement. Okay, so we got one more embellishment to do, and then we'll just kind of play through it real quick. 3rd verse. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around. Give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around. I don't want to leave you lonely. More movement. So you've got 4 beats on your E7. If you take that barred D7 shape, take it up to the 4th fret. I don't want to leave you lonely. 3 beats. Take your 4th beat and donate it to the 3rd fret. And then go to the 2nd fret. 3 beats on D7. Donate that 4th beat to the 1st fret. And then A7. What? Let's play it with no lyrics. I don't want to leave you lonely. Let's see. Give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around. 3rd line, said I, and just E7. 3, move to the 3rd fret, then 2nd fret. A7. And that timing is 1, 2, 3, move, move, 2, 3, move, A7. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, move. 1, 2, 3, move, A7. That's kind of fun. So that's a lot to take in. And this is a toned down version of the song. There's lots of things you can do with sliding in and doing that pick I was doing where you're just picking that 3rd string and hammering your index finger down on that A7 note. What is that really? That's a C, that's a C sharp. So we're just hammering C to C sharp. That's what that is. Who's got questions? Oh my God, Bob. Okay. Where were we? 4th verse. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. I don't want no one to squeeze me. They might take away my life. I don't want no one to squeeze me. They might take away my life. I just want someone to hold me. Ow! That might be tonight. Putting it all together. 1, 2, 3. This youthful heart can love you, yeah, and give you what you need. I said this youthful heart can love you, ow, and give you what you need. But I'm too old to go chasing you, wasting my precious energy. Two, 3, 4, baby, just give me one reason, ow, give me just one reason why. Baby, just give me one reason, ow, give me just one reason why. She said, I told you that I loved you, and there ain't no more to say. If you take your D7 form and you slide it up to the 9th fret, then you're back to A7. So that's it. You could do that, or you could do that. A7. That's kind of fun. Let's do that last line. 1, 2, 3. Said I told you that I loved you. And there ain't no more to say. Oh, well, that's kind of an introduction to Give Me One Reason. We could spend a lot of time on that, but who does? There's a bunch of videos out there. Any questions before we move on? Because you ain't nothing but a hound dog is all I got to say about that. You ain't everybody left. There's no questions. I don't even want to look at the group because I think everybody left. So that's good. That's all good. I've been doing the 50, the 50. God, you got me shaking, rattling, rolling. The 100 songs challenge, 100, what is it called? 100 Days of OUJ challenge. So I've been doing these recordings for a month now. So I was hanging out by myself doing recordings. I think I've done 50, something like that. We're in day 42, I think, of the challenge, but I'm a few days ahead because I want to bank some in case I get sick or my hand goes wonky or something happens. Yes, I will change the screen. Swear. Not that one. No, we're ending on that one. We're not doing that one yet. Big Mama Thornton, 1952. So it's been recorded over 250 times. And the most popular of the recordings, most well-known, most highly regarded, Elvis's, 1956. Rolling Stone, if you hang your hat on Rolling Stone's critics, named this the number 19 song of the top 500 songs of all time. One of the most influential songs in rock and roll history. We'll review the shuffle here. I know we've been going at this for a month, but there's nothing like repetition and review to get it hammered in. So C/A minor shuffle means you're anchoring your C and holding onto your C with dear life, and you're taking your index finger, and on the second and fourth beats, you're putting it down where you would play your A minor. See if I can get that middle finger out of the way. So watch my ring finger. It's got that C locked down. And this is why we want independent motion on our fingers. So what am I really doing up there? I'm doing a G, A, G, A, G, A, G, A. But in the context of a full chord, you get some tone up there and some movement. So the same thing happens with F and D minor. On the 2 and the 4, second beat and fourth beat, you're taking your ring finger and you're putting it down there for a D minor. So on that third string, you've got an open C with the F, of course. And then when you put your ring finger down there, you're adding a D. So you're going C, D. Or, get my pinky out of there. And with the G7 and G7 shush, G7 sus, say 10, that 10th, forget it. G7 sus 4 is G7. But for whatever reason, I don't do it back and forth twice. I just do it G7, add my pinky, take it off, and on the fourth, I take my ring finger off. So it's, so you go in B, C, B, A. Now, could you? Of course you could. No reason not to do that. Probably everybody else does in the world, except for me, and I like that movement. So that's just me. So when you put it all together, again, just like Give Me One Reason, you got 16 beats of this monster C A minor. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 1, 2. I switched. 4, 5, 6, 7, going back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then like 2 hits on E7, 2 hits on G7. So that's the basic version, because this is the advanced group and because no one's listening. We'll do the advanced shuffle. So open, nothing happening, just a C. Second beat. Third beat. Top. So what was that? That was G, A sharp, and then back to A. So now you've got 2 fingers doing a dance up here on the second and the third fret up on your G string. And on your D minor, you're doing the same thing. You're doing F, D minor, push out to F7, and back. F, D minor, push out, push back. Now, in most cases, a lot of that is lost, especially when you're singing. So sometimes I'll just do it on the last one, like if I was doing the opening, I do. So that was on the 7th beat and the 8th beat where I pushed out to the 3rd fret and back. Instead of doing it in every 4 beats, do the same thing. And then 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, pushed out on the 7 and the 8. Your choice. It's probably good to do it within every 4 beat set, because then you get more practice. But at some point, you're singing and you kind of forget to do it, and it doesn't matter. And then the other point, of course, is that this works just fine as C. Ain't nothing but a hound dog, no shuffle at all, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, just an F, crying all the time. You ain't never caught a rabbit, you ain't no friend of mine. So you just play it C, F, and G7, super song. So the shuffle is just added bonus icing on the cake. Now, we did the basic finish on the intro, 2 hits of G7, right? The end of the second line there. You'll see, oh! I revised this yesterday, and I had it up on the computer, and it was ready to go. So this is not the one in the blues songbook. This is the revised yesterday one. And we've got movement again. You remember this? Give me one reason. Well, you can do some movement with your ending with a nice C shuffle. Let me see. End of the first verse, you ain't never caught a rabbit. You ain't never caught a rabbit, and you ain't no friend of mine. Ha! So again, 1 and 2. And so you do your G7 as if you were going to do, but you do G7, push it out. We'll call it, no matter what it is, we'll call it G sharp 7. So the same form as your G7, you're just pushing it to the next fret. So now you're on the second and the third fret instead of the first and second fret. And then you go to the third fret, but you push your middle and ring finger out to the 5th fret. So that's what we call a giant G7. And you'll see that pictured, no, over there. Yeah, over there. Up there as the last chord diagram right next to the strum pattern. And we're not trying to play the top string as shown in the diagram. We're just trying to, that stretched out 3rd fret and 5th fret. What is that? Open 5, 3, 5. Open 5, 3, 5. Come in, please. Open 5, 3, 5. Open 5, 3, 5. Come in, please. Open 5, 3, 5. Open 5, 3, 5 is not responding. No, it is. It's a second position G7. So you played a G7 twice. But instead of that, which is not great, you got movement from one to the other. That's nice. Who's got questions about the shuffle or the giant G7 or any other thing we want to talk about?
I have a question about it.
Please
go over it.
Please. Which one? The giant G7. So here's your G7, right? Open 2, 1, 2. And if you sharped that, you just push it all over 1 fret. So that would be open 3, 2, 3. And it's, you know, that is not a chord you want to play very often at all, except in transition, it creates some interest. And then your next move is the same. You go to the 3rd fret, but that's just equally tantalizing and not a great chord because it's not a real chord. But if you push your outer fingers to the 5th fret, now your index is on the 3rd fret, 2nd string, and your middle and your ring are on your 3rd and 1st strings, 5th fret, then you've got a second position, G7. So you're going G7, sharp, G7. So you're finishing with C, A minor, G7. Just take it super slow until you kind of get the rhythmic. And then over time, like that. C'est bon? Oui, oui, PPCC. Let's play this. We got another song to do. We're going to be here till 6 o'clock. And I got to see the news. I don't need to see the news, really. I know what the news is. Okay. Let's play this. Just for fun. Let's see if we can get all the way through it. 1, 2, 3, 4. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit, and you ain't no friend of mine. Ah, when they said you was high class, well, that was just a lie. When they said you was high class, well, that was just a lie. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit, and you ain't no friend of mine. Hit it twice. Usually I screw one up by now. 2, 3, 4. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit, and you ain't no friend of mine. When they said you was high class, well, that was just a lie. When they said you was high class, well, that was just a lie. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit, you ain't no friend of mine. No, you ain't never caught a rabbit, you ain't no friend of mine. Nice and slow. C major 7, what's C major 7? Bob, you're supposed to review this. Aw, a jazzy ending to Hound Dog. That was a combination of the blues songbook and the jazz songbook. You keep your ring finger down and just slide it back to that second fret. Nice, nice, nice. Let's see, yeah, I think we can do this one pretty quick. We got a minus 30 seconds. Hit the Stray Cat Blues. The nice thing about the Hit the Stray Cat Blues is it has no trivia because it's never charted, never been recorded, except here in the privacy of my own home. And there we go. H-I, Hound Dog. Ha! Just a little D minor, C, G minor 7, A 7, over and over and over again. Single strum D minor, there's single strum C, single strum G minor 7, A 7. Let's do that again. D minor twice, C twice. Now the bracketed chords, of course, you can just split in half, 2 beats each, or you can do and just share a strum. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more. Pick up the pace, no more. The road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. What you say? I said, black and old stray cat sitting on a fence, ain't don't you come back no more, no more. Oh, no more, hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. Don't go crossing my path, oh woman, don't treat me so mean. You're the meanest old woman that I've ever seen. I guess if you say so, have to pack my things and go. That's right, straight cat strut. I'm a ladies' cat. I'm a feline Casanova. Hey man, that's sad. Get a shoe thrown at me from a mean old man. Get my dinner from a garbage can. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. Don't go crossing my path, singing the blues. My lady cats cry. Wild stray cat, you're a real gone guy. I wish I could be as carefree and wild, but I got cat class and I got cat style. Don't care if you do, 'cause it's understood. You ain't got no money, you just ain't no good. I guess if you say so, I have to pack my things and go. That's right, hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. Don't go crossing my path. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. Don't go crossing my path. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more. OUJ, oh my goodness, can't wait to see the replay on this one. How's everybody doing? Let's see if anybody's still here. Oh my God, you're still here. Look at you. So proud of you all. Hanging in there. I don't know if you heard anything or not, but whatever. Whatever.
Bob, it was fine. It was only terrible from here.
Yeah, all right. Good deal. How you doing, Diane? Good to see you.
Hold on, I'm doing it.
Everybody's cutting
Hard
out.
to talk.
Everybody's cutting out. Let me do this. Let me let's see if that does anything. Great to see you, Becky. Thanks for checking in. Appreciate it. Great to have you with us, John.
Thank you. That was great. You're really great up there.
Very good. Ciao, ciao. Thanks for the kind words.
Hey, that fixed the echo.
Yeah, that did it.
Yeah.
What about from me? Oh, I don't hear my echo either.
Yeah,
So
that
I'll
was
say
Sound
thank
good.
you, Bob. Thank you, Bob. It was another super workout and just lays that foundation for me, which
Thank you,
I,
Bob.
I keep on needing that.
Want to hear
Thank you,
about
Bob.
people?
Bye.
Want to hear about people playing Give Me One Reason?
Okay.
Let me know.
Thank you, Bob.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, Bella.
Bye.
Thank you, Bob.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ciao, ciao.
Thanks so much, Bob.
Bye-bye. Thanks
Bye.
again.
Yeah.
Everything.
Thanks again, everybody. Bye, everybody.
Ciao,
Bye.
ciao.
Bye.
Ciao and ciao.
Thanks, Bob.
See ya. Oh my goodness. Let's stop recording right about now.